All right, honey.
Hey,
What up?
what's down?
No. Okay. I have a question for you. I want to do the topic today.
Are you about to drop another bomb?
What do you mean another bomb? I never drop bombs on you.
All right, what's the topic?
Okay.
You look
The
cute.
first, thank you. Who apologizes first? The guilty one or the mature one?
Ooh. In general, people in general, in
General
relationship in general.
relationships. Yeah.
So this question is going to speak to my perception of humanity. Um,
Oh,
I feel like this one, I can usually make a nice sweeping generalization on things, but this really depends on a person's character. Which goes to, I would say, if the guilty person is mature, they're going to apologize first. If the guilty person is immature, they are not. And so, therefore, the mature person is going to be the one that apologizes first. Does that make sense?
yeah. I think it's always going to be the mature person.
Okay. Say more.
I think it's always going to be the mature person because a lot of times the guilty person doesn't like to admit that they're guilty or they don't want to be accountable.
So, when you say the guilty person, do they know that they're guilty?
If they're mature enough, they do.
Girl, because
No, like
guilt
the
in a
clear
relationship
okay,
is at times the person who thinks they're being mature is that apology could be an act of control.
say more.
So the mature person could be
Okay.
thinking they're modeling for the person that's perceived as guilty, and so they're apologizing to show the guilty person what they should or should not be doing.
Interesting. Have you modeled mature behavior with me?
No, because you're always apologizing.
Oh, I should work on that.
Yeah.
So are you admitting that I'm mature?
Well, I'm admitting that you are the mature person modeling.
Or are you saying that I also have control or that I am controlling?
No, I'm just joking. Because
No,
you said I'm pretty reflective. So,
you are.
and
You are a
I
reflective
tend to,
person.
but what's interesting is that you chose the word guilty. And
Sometimes there is a clear offender in something, in a
okay,
situation, right? There is
hmm,
a clear offender. So that's how we're using guilty. Sometimes
gotcha.
for me, if you just say, I'm sorry for something, that goes such a long way with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that I'll say I'm sorry when I'm not sorry, but what I will say is I'm probably quicker to apologize than you are because you go through cycles and process to figure out if you're really sorry, what you're sorry for, et cetera, et cetera. And
Hold up. Like, okay, so this is not about general. This is about you and I.
this is the example that I have readily in
What
front
made
of
you come
me.
up with this topic?
It's just
Was it random or
curiosity. It's random. It's random.
okay? So tell. Okay, finish your
It's
thought.
random because I wouldn't
So
put you
you
on
feel
blast.
you feel well. Yes, you would maybe. No,
How
you
dare
wouldn't
you?
do that. You would. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. So okay. So tell me. Go ahead and finish your thought. You said so. So
Sometimes there is a clear offender, and if there is a clear offender, regardless to whether or not you feel ready or that it's appropriate or that you feel like apologizing, you might not. So,
facts. Now, when you say clear offender, clear from your lens, from your perspective, not from the person who allegedly offended.
Sometimes we know we wrong, honey.
I no. So for me, the moment that I know I'm wrong, I admit it and I apologize. If you see me not apologizing, it's because I am processing and trying to understand the
Where you may
whole
have gone wrong.
picture. Yeah, cuz I really am
Mm,
genuinely like I don't know, I'm obviously don't always agree. And the moment that I feel that I am wrong, I'm going to apologize. Period.
okay.
So as if I'm the guilty, I'm going to apologize. And that's why I flipped it and was like sometimes if the mature person, I need to stop putting air quotes.
Mhm.
If the mature person apologizes first, it is them trying to get the guilty person to apologize. I do
That's not
feel like
true. That's not
hmm,
true because there have been times where I really am like, "I did not do anything to
oh, we're
warrant
back to
this."
us again. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
we are the reference to our experiences is what I'm going to base things off.
Mhm.
So for me, I have apologized when I did not feel that I was in the wrong
Mhm.
necessarily,
Mhm.
that I
And you
wasn't the
think that's an
clear.
act of maturity?
I did it out of kindness and maturity. So
Mm-mm.
you're saying that I did it to manipulate you.
Um, possibly.
Why?
It
Why
could
can't
be
I
a
just be
subconscious
mature?
manipulation. First of all, why are we labeling it immature? Because you should not, if you are not the guilty party and you are apologizing, that's not an act of maturity. That is martyrism. Is
No,
martyrdom?
martyrdom. No, that's not the case.
It is a hundred
Because
percent. Why would you
no.
apologize for something you're not
You
guilty
are
of?
not going to walk all over me or bulldoze. You don't usually do this, but for example, you're not going to walk
Mhm,
over all over me and bulldoze me and be
mhm,
a heifer, and then I'm going to say I'm sorry. No, that's not going to be the case. But if you are
mhm,
cranky and you pop off at me, or you're
mhm.
being a Leo or whatever the case is, and I get my feelings hurt,
I'll allow it.
but I can see that, okay, let me look at context. Maybe she had a bad day. Maybe she's not feeling well. What like whatever. I would ap-
Mm.
I would apologize, and it's not to manipulate you. It's because out of kindness, love, and maturity, I'm going to put my ego aside and say whatever it is you're going through,
Mhm.
I'm going to give you space to go through this, and I'm sorry.
What would you Okay, that's a great example, but what would you be apologizing for if you didn't do anything wrong?
Well, I depending on the situation, would apologize
Give me a
for
situation where a mature person would
let me
apologize.
I'm speaking in a situation would say, "I apologize for whatever I did to contribute to your discomfort or your frustration or whatever." I feel like that would open up a conversation because maybe I really don't know what I did to contribute, but I do agree that an apology, there is an anatomy of an apology, and it should be, "I am sorry for these things."
So in this scenario, the person is guilty because they popped off and were snippy for
For
whatever type of
no
day they
reason.
had.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that you're saying for no reason because as the mature person, you said you were able to discern that there was a reason, and
No
yet you're
reason
calling
for it
them
to be
guilty.
directed at me because listen, okay,
Okay.
here's the thing. I'm not one of those people that get mad and say something that I don't mean. Okay, we're back with air quotes because a lot of people are like, "Well, I was upset, so I said it." No.
Yeah, I
No,
agree.
you
I
have
agree.
agency. You don't
Yes,
just say stuff because you're
agreed.
upset.
Agreed.
So, you if someone is being janky, if you being janky with me and you just walked in the door, or I know that I haven't done anything to provoke you, and you have energy towards me,
Mhm.
then and I sit down to try to figure out what it is, and you just give me more energy,
Okay.
usually I'm triggered. Now I'm pissed.
Okay.
And we all know what Noelle looks like pissed. If I'm in my mature space, then I'm going to have a conversation with you and I am going to apologize. And no, it's not going to be to manipulate you into apologizing to
I
me
don't think you should have. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's just a moment. So let's say I don't know if we talking about me or just because
in the moment. Mhm.
I don't feel like I do that to you. Well, do I? Because the scenario that you're using, like so like
I've gotten energy where I didn't feel like I deserved it.
recently within the last year or two,
Yeah, absolutely.
what does that energy look like?
You being just kind of snappy with me or
Snappy. What does that sound like? I really
dismissive.
am genuinely want to know. I
Well,
genuinely want to know because I don't see me treating you that way or being that way.
I mean, I can't just come out with an example right now, and I wouldn't
Because
wanna
is
do
no, I
what?
really want no, I would want you to. I really want to know. Like, uh, because I really try to be gentle and mindful with you. So I really am like, what? When was the last time that happened?
I feel like we took a few things to couples counseling recently.
With me having energy toward you?
Yeah,
Like coming in the house and being like, okay, I had a hard day, I'm about to snap on you.
not just that, no, but, like, you being upset with the situation, but I'm
Mhm.
getting the energy. Like, you not being able to prepare for a conversation or see something coming or not understanding my perspective of something.
Okay, okay, you're bringing in a therapy section session into this space, which the scenario you gave was I'm picturing this person coming home and basically essentially me taking work out on you. And I don't do that. So I just want
Okay.
to
Yeah, no,
I
that
pride
hasn't
myself
happened
in
for a very, very, very that hasn't happened for years, but talking about, like and I'm cutting this out, by the way. I
you don't have to.
no, I want to, because this isn't
What?
where I'm trying to go with this. I
I think it's authentic
well, it is. So,
because your example it has to be for me I need it to be
you need a very
accurate.
specific real life example.
Well, yeah, because basically the exam you're doing two things. You're asking this general question and then you're making it more specific between us. So
Yeah.
when I was answering the question, I kept it general, but when you made it more specific about us, for me, I need a level of accuracy because now I am really reflecting on how I care for you because I care about how I care for you. So once you make the example about us, you're going in and out, zooming in and out. I need to make sure, like, hold on, because what I know about since like we've the last few years, when you gave me feedback, when I would just come home and not say hello or nothing, I just want to
Mhm.
be in my mind, right? Because I'm
Mhm.
introvert. You gave me feedback. Hey, speak when you come in the door.
Mhm.
Things like of course, that's just basic manners, and I wasn't doing that, and I worked to address that.
You did.
So when you gave that example, like coming in and giving you energy, I was like, ah, like I'm genuinely happy to see you when I come home.
You are.
Genuinely. So that's why I'm like, and I
Okay,
don't think you
so
should get rid of any of I think this is a real moment. Now, the therapy piece, you brought up a topic in therapy, and I had a response to it,
you
and
had a reaction to it.
whatever you call it, reaction. And the reaction
Mhm.
was to shut down, correct? Right? So
Uh,
so
yeah,
that energy does not call for you to have to apologize
that
because that
energy.
energy is a moment.
But even in that situation, even though that
Mhm.
there was a misunderstanding and you admitted that I did prepare you for the conversation, you just separated the 2 for some reason in your head, I still apologize for that, and that was not to manipulate you. That was to
That's a
give
difference. Yeah. But
that's a different.
I apologize as well in
Okay,
that
but that's a different
scenario.
what?
But do you like in that scenario we both apologize. We both were
And that's fine, but my point
uh
is I did not apologize to be manipulative. I apologize
totally different scenario. We're talking about the guilty because in that scenario what was I guilty of?
not listening to me.
I was listening. I was having an emotive response as I listened, and you didn't like that. I was having, and it wasn't even a mental one. I told you it was a physical
It was in your
response.
body.
Yeah, but I was working through it. It's just that you had this comfort over watching the physical response. And I said verbally, no, this is a good topic. Let's stay here. But
You said this is a good topic while your face was being screwed up, and then you
that's
were
all
like,
right. And I said I was having a
"But
physical
that doesn't make
response.
me feel like this is a safe space to have a
And so,
conversation."
but does that make me guilty? Because trauma is trapped in your body. So that doesn't make me guilty and you mature? Because I did apologize and you did too.
Okay. Well,
What
I don't know
makes
where to go from here then.
it's good. This is a good conversation. So what makes a person guilty? You feel me? And the other person mature. If you keep the topic general, okay, but if you hone in on our relationship, the moment, like I have a history that I know I'm wrong or guilty, I apologize 100% of the time.
Okay, so generally, you
Hmm.
believe that it is a possibility that if someone apologizes, then it's just to be manipulative.
No,
It can
I,
be manipulative.
yes, can be, and not in a manipulative in a negative way, but like in a let me model for you type way. So all manipulation, I don't think all manipulation is bad.
Okay.
Can yeah, I don't. So I want to make sure you feel heard. And I just want to pause and reflect back to you what I hear you say.
Okay.
You're saying that your question was who apologizes first, the guilty or the mature? And you
Mhm.
said you feel the mature always apologizes first. And then you brought it into our relationship. And you gave
Mhm.
an example of when I am throwing energy toward you,
Mhm.
you might think like, oh, she had a bad day. So as the mature one, you're gonna apologize. Let's say if I was snippy with you, you said you would apologize because and I was asking you, well, why would you apologize? And that's kind of where we left off. And I'm like, why would you apologize? You didn't do anything wrong. If I'm snippy with you, why do you have to apologize? And
Like,
why
I
would
can
that be
even
considered mature?
I'm saying that if you're snippy with me and that initiates conflict, not just you're being a jerk to me and I'm like, "I'm sorry that you're being a jerk to me and that I have to sit here and take it like a BI." That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
Hmm.
if you're a jerk and then that initiates conflict or vice
Hmm.
versa, I'm a jerk and that initiates conflict, whatever, and conflict ensues and I see
Hmm.
that there's no end in sight and we go marching off to our separate corners,
Right? And then yes, that makes
then
sense.
I believe that mature partner would
Mm.
apologize and not necessarily to model or to manipulate good, bad, or indifferent,
No, yeah, not
but
necessarily to manipulate.
to create peace and to
Mm-hmm.
create space
Mm-hmm.
and possibly, hopefully, have a resolution.
Mm. What I like about this is guilty partner could become mature partner.
Mhm.
But you're saying most of the time guilty partner is not also mature. And in that scenario,
Not
I could see,
necessarily,
yeah.
but yeah. Yeah.
All right. I wonder what the audience thinks. Is it
I
mature
mean, maybe
partner
it
or
wasn't a
guilty
good
partner?
question because that
Well, I like it because it pulled out things, right? Put out a real moment.
Mhm. Well, all we have is bro moments. That's why we on here. But before one of us throws energy and then has to apologize, we should go ahead and close out and feed the dog.
I will be right back.
All right, you be right back. Y'all, I would love to know if one of y'all is the mature one and if one of y'all is the guilty one. And thank you for joining us today. If you like hanging out with us, we will be back next week. And if you like and subscribe, we would greatly appreciate it. Until next time, peace, y'all.